Hi everyone and welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. Today we have a travel vlog because we are on our way to Canada, hoping for a white Christmas. I just recently saw snow for the first time, actually this year in Chicago, and it was quite the experience. I'll make sure to insert a clip for you guys to see. Rudy had actually seen snow when he was a little kid. They lived in Wisconsin for some time, but I've always lived in South Florida. So this year we decided that we wanted to go on vacation during the holiday season to somewhere cold, hopefully to get that white Christmas that neither of us have yet to experience. So we're heading to Montreal today. We're gonna be there for around 4 days, but we do have a couple of things that we want to check out, so I wanted to bring you guys along with me. Now really quick, I wanted to share with you, if you did catch my last pack with me video for the winter vacation, I did say that I had left out just one coat and that I was going to try not to pack my personal item as being the keep all. Well, that all kind of changed. I actually was able to fit that last coat inside my luggage, so it is currently packed and ready to go there. And then I did opt to take the keep all 45 in order just to have that extra space that I needed, especially if I want to buy something while on the trip. I don't have to be restricted with space on the way back. All right, so really quick, this is my airport look, and you guys know I love a good comfortable airport look. I am wearing my boots. I'll make sure to insert a clip. These are the bulkier boots that I'm taking out of the two, and I wanted to make sure I wore the bulkiest one in order to give my carry-on a little bit more space. I am going with my handy dandy travel tights. These have been with me all over the world. And then I did pair this oversized flannel. Since I am wearing a little bit of a tighter bottom and a crop top, I kind of wanted to have a little bit of a loose fit over top just so that I wasn't too constricted, especially running around the airport. And last but not least, I do have this super cute crop top t-shirt I wanted to share with you guys. It is actually from Cuts, and they were very nice to reach out to me and offer if I wanted to pick out 2 pieces from their line. They have a ton of like very casual athleisure wear, and I love that, especially for traveling. They actually sent over 2 pieces for Rudy as well, which I'll make sure to insert clips of him wearing it. He is super picky with his t-shirts, and they actually fit him super well. He went with 2 basic colors as well as I, just to make sure that we opted for something that we can incorporate through a lot of our outfits. I do gotta mention that the material on both pieces felt super nice. I did go with my true to size medium, and as you can see, this one fits really well. It is a cropped fit, but it's not too tight where it's uncomfortable. And the white oversized one is also a crop fit, which is what I was going for, but that one just gives you a little bit more room to play with. I just wanted to share with you my airport look, and I also wanted to mention that Cuts was kind enough to actually give me a coupon code to share with you guys. It is for 15% off their entire website, and they have a ton of great basics as well as a ton of good athleisure pieces for you to incorporate, whether you're working from home, whether you want to wear it just to go out and run an errand. So now that I've shared with you my very simple but chic airport look, we're gonna grab something to eat and then head over to the airport. Good morning everyone from Canada. So we actually got in last night a little bit later than expected, but it's all good. We're here now, and we got into a beautiful snowstorm falling. Thankfully we made it safe from the airport to the hotel because that drive was a little bit scary. Today we do have a very chill day planned, thankfully, because it's actually raining right now, and then it's set to snow a little bit later. But I'm still gonna bring you guys along and just share with you where we go, where we have breakfast, and the beautiful sights that we're gonna check out in Montreal. First off, I am getting dressed, layering up, because as I mentioned, it is very cold, especially for us coming from Miami. So just wanted to share with you really quick what it is that I'm putting on, do a quick outfit of the day, and then head out for breakfast. All right, so here we have today's look. I'm going with a very big blanket scarf to make sure to keep me warm. As I mentioned, it's raining, so I'm sure it's gonna be a lot chillier outside. I'm wearing my Amazon sweater that I bought, which I love because it covers just right when I do wear leggings. And then these leggings I did get in Target. They are a little bit thick, which I really liked. And then I am wearing underneath the fleece lined leggings that I mentioned in my pack with me videos. I have my boots, which I thought was so funny. So many of you told me that these boots would do me no good here in Canada. So I'm hoping for the best. If not, then we'll be doing some boot shopping soon enough. And then I'm wearing my puffer coat. I do have an umbrella and my new Marc Jacobs micro tote as well. So I'll make sure to get a whole look later on while we're walking around, but just wanted to give you guys an overview. Well, now that we have a full tummy, we are off to doing some exploring. However, the weather is not as awesome as we were expecting it to be. It is raining a little bit, which is totally okay because that means that snow is coming and I'm looking forward to that. We went ahead and had breakfast at Cafe and Crew Collective, which used to be a bank and then they transformed it into a coffee shop. Super cute, and actually the food was really yummy too. So I highly recommend that place if you're out here. So the plan is to walk around and familiarize ourselves a little bit with the city and then go to lunch at around 12:30. We had to make reservations for most of the places because since it is the holiday season, there were a lot of places that we wanted to eat at that were either closed or were fully booked. So wherever we found anywhere that we actually wanted to go to, we made sure to make reservations so that we didn't miss out. So we've reached a non-icy road, so I thought I would check in with you guys. I was actually talking to Rudy and telling him that everyone that is not from Canada or anyone that is not used to so much snow is walking like on eggshells. You can totally see the confidence of all Canadians, and then you see the rest of us like making sure that we're not gonna slip and fall. But for all of you that were worried about my boots not making it in Canada, they've actually held up really well. I've stepped in a bunch of puddles and I've stepped in snow, and luckily I have yet to slip on the ice as well. So keeping my fingers crossed that they continue to work out. So it seems like Montreal weather is very similar to Miami in the sense that you wake up, it's raining, and then 30 minutes after the sun is out and it's a great day to go to the beach. I wouldn't say as far as go to the beach here in Montreal, but the day started off really gloomy and the sun has actually come out and it looks like a beautiful day to be walking around. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We finished having lunch at L'Express. I had my onion soup and then I had a quiche as my entree with fries, and it was really yummy. So that place was one that we actually booked last minute, but I'm glad we did. All right, so we came, oh, you guys fell. So we came back to the hotel to freshen up a little bit after a very nice long day wandering Montreal. I gotta say, I was super surprised with the weather that we got. Even though it was raining, it was really enjoyable. And now it's just gonna get colder from here on out. So we're making sure to bundle up, especially since we're heading out at night. I have this little sweater dress, which is super old. I got it from Primark a while back. So anything that I can find similar, I'll make sure to link down below for you guys, as I always do. And then underneath, I have what I'm now calling my black cat suit. It's just basically tights, my thermals, and then the cozy tights underneath these leggings. And today I did want to pair it with my express boots. I know it was a little bit far there, so I hope that I don't slip and fall in these boots. It is a little bit icy outside on the roads, but Rudy reassured me that I can hold his hand and we'll be good to go. So that is the plan. I'm going to share with you really quick my accessories as well. Since I did go for a red lip, I opted for my pollen, which you can see here, and that scarf that I was wearing this morning, which I mentioned to you guys that it's reversible. I'm going to go ahead and wear the red side in the spirit of Christmas. And then, of course, I will be throwing over my black overcoat that I did bring. So I'll try to get a full look once we are out and about. So we just finished watching the Aura show at the Notre Dame. We actually rushed out of the hotel room and ran over here because we thought that we weren't gonna make it in time, but we did. And if you are here, I think it's only available during the holiday season. Yeah, I think it's only available during the holiday season. So if you are here around that time, I highly recommend it. It is totally worth it. I couldn't catch any clips because they don't let you take pictures or record inside, and I am way too old to be having my attention called for doing the incorrect thing. So it was really nice to actually put my phone away and enjoy the moment. It lasts about 20 to 25 minutes, so it's really nice. And the show has music, it has like a laser light show and everything. Really nice, so I highly recommend it. Right now it's actually starting to snow, so we are just going to take a little stroll over to dinner. We do have reservations at an Italian restaurant that I'm super excited about. So the whole point of coming to Montreal was to get a white Christmas, and we are definitely getting an extra white Christmas. It is snowing. Look at Rudy.
I can't even see.
Guys, this is so crazy. I feel like a little kid in, like, be careful, a movie. Yes,
It's
I
like
feel
the things
like
you see in a movie.
yes. So I think we're gonna walk backwards. This way is a lot better. All right, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. We survived. Wow. At first, we headed out of the restaurant and just thought that snow was falling, and I was so excited. I was like, yes, once again I'm gonna be able to see like full-on snowfall, because I think I already told you guys, but I hadn't seen a lot of snowfall in my life. I just saw it earlier this year, and then I was super excited to be able to catch it here in Canada. But like 5 minutes after, it was a full out like snowstorm. The wind was almost unbearable at times. We decided to walk back because we really do enjoy walking around cities just to get to know them through a different perspective. And you guys, it was crazy, which, to be honest with you, I preferred walking just because I would have been terrified to get into a car and have somebody drive me with that snowstorm going on. But regardless of the fact, we made it safely back into the hotel. I will insert a picture. Rudy's beard was like, I mean, it was crazy, the amount of snow that fell on us. But it was a great night overall. Today is the 24th, so we do have a couple of more things planned. But first, we will be doing an outfit of the day. So here's today's look. Not much has changed on the bottom part. I'm still wearing my boots, which have been amazing, especially for the snow. I have a pair of tights on. I just changed the sweater to this really nice knit, and then I am wearing a different scarf. I have it pulled up a lot closer to my face and my mouth because it's really windy outside, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need to cover up. And then just using a little beanie with a cute little pom-pom on top. So definitely staying warm because today the temperatures dropped a little bit more than yesterday. So we actually had to come have breakfast at Hotel Montville. We actually wanted to go to another place, but it ended up being closed. I checked the website and Google before heading out, but unfortunately, I guess they closed for the holiday season. It seems like today a lot of places are closed, which I wasn't expecting. I do expect it tomorrow on the 25th, but not on the 24th, but it's understandable. It's obviously the holiday season. However, we stopped into the first place that we saw that was open because it is very windy and very cold outside, and it actually turned out really well. The food looks really delicious, so we're gonna dig right in. 30 minutes after breakfast, and we are on coffee number 2. So we just finished having a coffee with a new friend that I met through Instagram. She lives here in Montreal and actually had reached out in order to meet with me while we were here. So it was super exciting to be able to meet her. And as we were heading out, a new snowfall started to happen. So once again, experiencing another day filled with snow. But I gotta say, I'm very content with all the snow that I've gotten. So Montreal, you can stop snowing now. Hi guys, so we are actually back in the room after a fun-filled afternoon of pure snow. So we just walked around for a little bit and then decided to head back to the hotel. I don't know if I mentioned, but we are staying at the Burke's Hotel. It is in downtown Montreal, but it is perfectly situated just to catch metros or just to walk around anywhere else. We've been able to go out for breakfast during the days, and what we do is just walk to the place that we choose, and everything is very close by. We actually were walking around today, Old Montreal, for a little bit, and I just wanted to share with you guys really quick some cute little jewelry pieces that I picked up. We walked into this little boutique that had a bunch of handmade pieces from different artisans. So it was really nice. I ended up picking up these pair of earrings, and it is from a designer called Christophe Poli, and he does have his pieces displayed in boutiques in the States. The boutique owner was letting me know, but he was born here in Canada and lives in Montreal. So I thought it was the perfect souvenir to pick up. You guys know in my previous travel vlogs, I always mention how I like picking up a little something from wherever I'm visiting that's not a typical sweatshirt or coffee mug from the place. And then I also picked up 2 pairs of earrings, one for my mom and one for my mother-in-law. I love always taking something back for them as well. So as of right now, we are going to indulge in some Tim Horton donuts. We decided to pick up a little bit of a sweet and head over to the hotel to warm up for a little bit. But I did tell you guys earlier today that we are having dinner at the restaurant, which is actually perfect because I just want it to be a relaxing night, especially after all the wonderful snowy adventure that we have been experiencing. Good morning, guys, and Merry Christmas. We're actually in the hotel room right now, just finished having breakfast. We wanted to stay in and have breakfast in the hotel because we figured a lot of places would be closed. However, we're gonna go ahead and explore a few more other places that we have not yet been to. But I wanted to do a very quick reveal here with you. Santa made a pit stop last night, and this little box was here this morning, and inside was this limited edition Christmas animation piece with little Vivienne in Place Vendôme in Paris. I love anything that is Christmas animation with Paris. However, I've mentioned this in other videos. I do feel like the prices of Louis Vuitton pieces are just skyrocketing at the moment. However, my husband surprised me with this little cute piece, and it is with Vivienne, as I mentioned, in Paris, just to add to my collection. And I'm so happy that he did surprise me with it. I definitely wanted to add another one just because the one that I have from 2019 has held up so well. Actually, let me show you. So here's the one from 2019, and I use this mini pochette almost on the daily, every day since I've gotten it. There's very few times that I switch out of it and use my Toiletry 15 instead. And as you can see, the animation on it has held up so well. I've been really surprised because before I added a piece like this into my collection, I had seen other people review theirs, and they said that it would chip over time or it would just wear really badly, and I haven't had any bad experience with this one. So as soon as I saw that they were bringing out a new Christmas animation, I was hoping I would be able to add a piece. However, the mini pochette was almost going to be close to $1,000 after taxes, so that was way over budget. But my husband surprised me with this little cutie, and I'm so excited because I don't have the clay from Louis Vuitton, and it is a great little size, I gotta say. We put in here our room key, a couple of dollars or Canadian dollars, and it holds everything really nicely, as well as you can use it probably for a little pouch to carry other things. So I'm super excited about my little Parisian Vivienne collection. That was my really quick Christmas reveal, and right now we're just gonna finish getting ready to embark into the Canada winter. We are going to the port in Old Montreal, and then there are a few Christmas markets that open in the afternoon, so we do plan on passing by and hanging out there for a little bit. So I am definitely having a white Christmas. It is snowing again on Christmas Day, which is so perfect. Seriously, the best trip ever. All right, so we are on to coffee number 2. Well, at least I am. Rudy didn't opt for coffee. He wanted to keep his hands warm inside of his pocket.
Not moving from here.
We're still making our way over to the port, but we've been stopping and taking pictures and just taking in all the really nice sights. And I did find that this little coffee shop was actually opened. It is the same one that we grabbed coffee in yesterday, which was really yummy. I opted for a flat white again. So as soon as I saw that it was open, I stopped in and grabbed another one. This one, however, was by the Notre Dame area. The one that we went to yesterday was by Rue Saint-Paul. So they seem to have a few around the city. Hey guys, sorry about this, but there was a lot of wind on the background and you could barely hear anything that I was saying. So I was basically telling you all that we stopped by the Christmas markets, but they all seem to be closed. I think it was due to the snowstorm that was coming in. They just hadn't opened and it was almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we ended up ordering an Uber and headed over to the old Montreal area again to grab lunch. Good morning, guys. We're actually getting ready to pack up our things and head out for the day. We actually leave today, but a little bit later, so thankfully we have a lot of the day to enjoy. Last night's dinner was really yummy. We ran into that restaurant on our way to the hotel when we first arrived. We saw a billboard of it, and I personally love Italian food. So Rudy was like, oh, maybe we can look into it if we have time, and thankfully we did. They did have a fixed Christmas menu, so you basically got to choose either from a salad, a soup, and then a main course and the desserts. But regardless of the fact, the food was still really delicious. And once again, we had dinner with a beautiful view, because as we were inside of the restaurant, there was a huge snowfall happening. Once we headed out, that snowfall continued, and I was so ecstatic that I was able to get a full day of snow. I've bombarded you guys over on my Instagram page with all the snowfall that I've gotten during this trip, but I just can't get enough. It's so beautiful. Thankfully, it hasn't been something too crazy that has prohibited us from being able to explore during the day. But I gotta say, I've definitely gotten my fair share of snow for the 34 years that I had been missing it. So I'm really happy that this trip actually turned out the way that it did. As I'm getting ready to pack my stuff, I did want to run by you my favorites of this trip really quick. I just wanted to share with you the things that I used and that I packed that I absolutely loved and felt like were so needed for this trip. I wanted to start off with my makeup, and my skincare is very simple. I do a face wash, I do moisturizer, I do an SPF, and my makeup routine is probably even simpler than that. But these here have been key, especially for this trip. I make sure to start my morning and end my night with the Laneige sleeping mask. I do have a full size of this back home, but my sister-in-law actually ordered the little packet, which has like 4 or 5 travel size of these, and I love it because I can even pack it into my purse and take it with me. And you guys, my lips have been so soft during this whole trip, and I really appreciate that because it's been very cold. I also wanted to share with you basically, it's like a CC cream. It's not really a full-on foundation that I've been using, but I really like it because I wanted something very lightweight. I mean, my dream one day would be to literally just wear concealer, mascara, and a little bit of lip gloss, but I still have to even out the tones of my skin. So that's why I go ahead and use either a CC cream or a foundation depending on the event. But for this trip, this CoverGirl one has been absolutely amazing. I'll make sure to leave everything down below for you guys. And then this one was something that I picked up at Target before heading out. I needed to go get some toiletries, and I saw this and I went ahead and picked it up because I've heard really good reviews about it. I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. It made my makeup last the whole day. I think there was one day where I wore the makeup the entire day and it did not smudge whatsoever. I don't wear a lot of products for my makeup routine, but even then, the little amount of things that I did put on, this made it last perfectly all day, so I really liked it. It is the Urban Decay All Nighter. I don't know if I mentioned that. And then for clothing pieces, I do have a couple of hits and one miss. The miss is definitely that cute little headband that I brought. I'll make sure to insert pictures because I already packed it up. But with the snow, I definitely needed something that would cover my full head. And even though the headband was very cute with the little rhinestone and pearls, as the snow was falling, my head was getting covered in it. And obviously that would melt, and it's just water on my head and it's very cold. So that just made it even worse. I would have to throw my scarf over my head when I was wearing that piece. So definitely, if you're coming to like a full-on winter snowy vacation, make sure you bring beanies or something that covers your head fully. But however, I do have a couple of hits and they are right here. I wanted to share with you guys first the socks I ordered from Amazon, and you guys, these were absolutely amazing. The socks kept my feet warm the whole entire time. They do have a wool lining inside, so I'm sure that had to do a lot with it. And they were not comfortable, even though they are a little bit thick. They weren't comfortable. They weren't uncomfortable at all. And then these are the fleece tights that I mentioned to you. I made sure to wear these under whatever it was that I chose to wear for the day. I did pack 2 pairs of leggings, but you can definitely wear these under jeans as well. And this little fleece lining made all the difference. Now this one is fully complete with like a foot section as well. So I had this and then I had the socks over. So I'm sure that pair was what made my feet stay warm throughout the whole process. And then last but not least, I did want to tell you about my boots. that many of you were worried about, and I totally appreciate your concern, but thankfully they worked out perfectly. By the time that we were out and about, you know, the roads were pretty much cleaned and so were the sidewalks. So I totally understand for like a full-on winter vacation, maybe a skiing vacation, then yes, I definitely need something that would go a little bit higher up on my leg. But even while we were walking and there was like ice on the ground, I slipped a couple of times, I won't lie to you guys, but it wasn't something too dangerous, which I honestly thought, since those boots have a little bit of heel. However, the grip on the shoe seems to be pretty good for the weather, and it kept my feet very warm. So just wanted to share with you guys really quick my hits and misses of this trip. Now we are gonna finish getting ready and packing because we still have a full day of adventures that we wanna do. We're gonna go grab breakfast and then we're gonna wander around a little bit more. So of course you guys are coming along. All right, so let's talk bagels. We went ahead and chose to go today to Saint Viator Bagels. The first day we got here, we had breakfast at Cafe Crew Collective, and Rudy actually had a bagel from Fairmont Bagel there. So Montreal is known to have two really popular bagel spots, and that is Fairmont Bagel and Saint Viator Bagels. So this morning we decided that we wanted to go ahead and try the ones from Saint Viator, and we ended up going to their cafe. Sorry guys, I'm climbing uphill, so you can only imagine that I will be running out of breath. So we opted to go to the cafe just because there you would be able to choose specific bagel sandwiches and different spreads that you wanted to have on your bagel, unlike the other spots that they have that is just kind of like a takeout. Now, I personally got a sesame bagel with a salmon spread that was so delicious. The bagel is perfectly toasted. It's just warm enough where the spread doesn't actually melt, that you can't taste it. I think if you've ever eaten a warm bagel, you understand what I mean. And then I also got a cinnamon raisin one with just a regular cream cheese, and that one was really good. Also, there is an option to go light on the cream cheese that they put on the bagel, and I highly recommend it because we hadn't seen that at first, so we got the regular way they put it, and it is a lot of cream cheese for that particular bagel. So regardless of the fact whether you go to Saint Viator or whether you choose to go to Fairmont, I do feel like you should choose to try out one or either both if you have enough time. I know that some touristy places can be a lot of hype for what they are, but this one in particular we found to be really yummy, and it was a really nice light breakfast to have as well. Oh, another little thing that I forgot to mention is it is cash only or Canadian debit cards. They do not take credit cards, so make sure that you take cash. If not, they do have a nearby ATM which you can go ahead and withdraw cash as well. So for now, we are just walking around. It is actually Boxing Day today, which I was told by a few Canadians is like their Black Friday for us in the States. So we're gonna walk around a couple of stores. We do have plans to walk around St. Catharines Avenue, which is filled with like different stores. So that's what we're pretty much gonna do right now. So our shopping has been very unsuccessful here in Canada. We actually went into Holt Renfrew. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but it's kind of like a mall where they have a ton of high-end designers, and then they did have a few sales, but obviously, you know, with high-end items you kind of have to get lucky with the sales, and they didn't have anything that caught our eye. So we ended up walking down St. Catharines Street, and it is pretty much a Black Friday here. There's a ton of people out in the street. We also walked into Zara, and you guys, no lie, it looked like a flea market. Rudy just looked at me and was like, I'm ready to go whenever you are. It was crazy. It looked like they were giving clothes for free, and they really weren't, and the sales were not all that good, to be honest. So right now we're heading to grab some chocolates from a little chocolate store called Leonidas. We first ran into them when we lived in France and we were visiting the city Lille. And after that, every time that I find the little chocolate place anywhere, I always want to go in and grab some chocolate to eat and to take back home. All right, so the goods have been secured. We picked up a box of assorted chocolates for Rudy's mom, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law. They have a bigger sweet tooth than probably Rudy and I. And then we just got a little bag of assortments to eat later on when we make it back to the hotel. Alright guys, so we are here waiting now for our Uber in order to head on to the airport. After Leonidas, we actually stopped by the Christmas markets, which I've been wanting to see the whole time that I've been here, but unfortunately there were a lot that were still closed. So it seems that just the holiday season is a slow season in here just in general. However, I still recommend that if you are thinking about coming to Montreal during the season, to make sure you make a trip out here. It was beautiful. I loved every single day of snow that we got and I just couldn't get enough. I definitely made up for all the years that I had never seen snow during this trip. I hope you guys enjoyed everything that I shared with you. I just wanted to bring you along, show you where we ate, what we did, and kind of like where we hung out, just so you guys can have this as sort of like a guide if you ever come, or just as form of entertainment. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you are not yet subscribed, I would love for you to consider doing so. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you all in my next one. Bye everyone.